Hello, students. Good evening. I'm recording this video so that uh, if ever there will be problems in connectivity, then we will be able to overcome these challenges. It is important for us to have regular classes, and however, the reality is connectivity is a big thing. I experienced that last week, wherein there have been several power outages here in our place, and because of the inclement weather in different areas, students have been experiencing problems in connectivity as well. Okay, so today we are going to discuss essay writing. But before that, I want you to understand why we have activities introduced in this course. Purposive communication is a language course. And when you teach a language course, you have to be aware that language has four components. The four components of language are listening, reading, writing, and speaking. So out of the four components, you have two receptive skills. What do you mean by receptive skills? These are skills that you gain wherein you absorb everything that prepares you to use the skill. There are two receptive skills, namely listening and reading. And there are two productive skills. Productive means to be able to produce what has been given to you. So there are two productive skills. These are speaking and writing. So when you were born, you had listening first. You experienced listening. And when you were able to listen enough, that was the time you were able to speak. So they are partners. You have one receptive, one productive. And then after that, since you can already speak, then reading was introduced. And that was the only time you were able to write. Remember, reading comes first and then writing, or usually they come in a pair because one is receptive, one is productive. The highest skill, the highest component in language is writing. That is the most difficult. Now, we would like to practice all four skills at the same time. So the topics that we have in the book, these are called springboards, wherein we can practice the four components from the topics given. So in your book, our topic is intercultural communication. So I have just attached uh, one link of a reading text in communicating across cultures by Dr. Goodman. Okay, so you can check it out. I've already uh, attached it in the group chat. So what are you supposed to do? You are supposed to read it and then wait for the activity wherein you are supposed to answer certain questions. For MT3, I asked you to define certain terms. Essay, uh, topic, topic sentence, thesis statement, and transition words. These are all important terms when beginning to write an essay. I'm really surprised that students can define these terms, but then they are not really confident when it comes to practicing the skill. So we would like to understand what these terms are all about. Okay? So essay is an academic output wherein the language is usually formal. It has a minimum of 3 paragraphs. And then you have the three main parts. The first one is the introduction. The second one is the body. And the last part is the conclusion paragraph. Uh, the parts are written in paragraphs. A paragraph has 3 to 5 sentences. So minimum number of sentences which I require you to write for one paragraph is 3. So the average would be 5. So it's 3 to 5 sentences. So we have the 3 main parts of the essay. We have the introduction, we have the body, and then we have the conclusion. So that means you have a minimum of 3 paragraphs for one essay. So if you give me a 2-paragraph essay, then that is not an essay at all. However, can you write more than 3 paragraphs? Yes. You can have more than 3 paragraphs, but the part that is being expanded is the body. The summary will have 1 paragraph. The conclusion will have 1 paragraph. And the body is the part that is usually expanded. Then you can have several paragraphs for the body depending on the details that you are going to give. A topic is a word or several words that are these are words that can be classified to be able to form something that you would like to write. For example, if I mention several words like Toyota, Honda, Ford, Hyundai, then the topic would be cars. If I would mention horse, uh, giraffe, cow, dog, cat, then the topic would be animals. But if I say cat, bird, fish, dog, then we could identify the topic as pets, because these are animals that can be kept at home and they can be domesticated, right? So a topic is it has several words, and from these words you get an idea of what to write. A topic sentence is a sentence, right, which is written at the beginning of each paragraph. It gives the reader an idea of what the paragraph is all about. What is a sentence? A sentence is a group of words that has a subject and a predicate, or a noun and a verb, and has a complete thought. Each paragraph should have a topic sentence. So the topic sentence is usually found at the first part of the paragraph, the first sentence, which gives the reader an idea of what you are writing in that particular paragraph. A thesis statement is another name for main idea. When you were in high school, your teacher would usually would mention the main idea. But now that you're in college, we call the main idea, we give it another name, and it is called thesis statement. What is a thesis statement? A thesis statement is an answer to a prompt. A prompt is something that causes a person to write. It can be a question, it can be a problem, it can be an idea that comes into your mind, and then it is an answer to a question. It could be a sentence about an idea, but the thesis statement is a sentence. It is a complete sentence. It is usually found, or it is found, it should be found in the introductory paragraph. For beginner writers, we advise students to place a thesis statement as the last sentence in your introduction paragraph. Okay? And then you have the thesis statement has to be restated, that means kailangan sabihin ulit, in the conclusion paragraph. Your introduction will give the reader the idea of what the whole paragraph, what the whole essay is all about, because your thesis statement will be found there. Your bodies will give the details of what is mentioned in the thesis statement, while your conclusion or concluding paragraph will, the purpose is to summarize everything in the essay. And in the concluding paragraph, the thesis statement has to be seen. It has to be written there. It has to be restated, okay? Rewritten in another form. I will give you one prompt. The prompt is, what is your name? That's a prompt. So you are to answer that question. If I had to answer that question, that I would answer it by writing, my name is Barbara. The answer to the question is my thesis statement. All right. I will restate that in the conclusion paragraph. I will say it in another way. So I could say, Barbara means stranger, and that has been the name chosen for me by my parents. Okay, so see, the idea is still there. However, it is written in a different way. We have transition words. Transition words are signal words to give the reader an idea of what part they are reading in your essay. So it will indicate sequence, and it will indicate steps, or it would give them signals that you are ending your essay. A transition word for the first body could be firstly, and then the second body would be secondly, and the third body could be thirdly or finally. And for the conclusion, signal words or transition words that can be used there would be to sum up, in conclusion, in the end, overall. Okay, so these words you can use for the concluding paragraph. Okay, so now I'm going to introduce these concepts because I will ask you to practice writing, which will allow you to exercise the skill. You have to make an outline first of what you are supposed to write by brainstorming. First, brainstorming means entertaining ideas that you would like to include in your essay. And this is the first part of the writing. You are not supposed to write straight away. Give yourself time to think about the topic sentences, how you would like to construct your sentences. And this part is called brainstorming. After that, you write your outline. How do you write an outline? Think of a prompt, and if the prompt is given, just answer the prompt in a complete sentence. So a complete sentence has a subject, has a verb, it has a complete thought, and ends in a punctuation mark. There are only 3 punctuation marks that can end the sentence: a full stop or period, an exclamation mark, and a question mark. So once a prompt is given, answer the question right away, and that will be your thesis statement. After writing that, rewrite it. Don't change the idea, but use different words, use synonyms, and that will be a sentence included in your concluding paragraph. Take a look at your thesis statement. The details included in the thesis statement will make up your bodies. Example. I will give an example of a prompt. What are your favorite colors? That is a prompt. I will brainstorm the topic of colors. The question is, what are your favorite colors? I will write my thesis statement. My thesis statement is the answer to the question. I would answer it this way. My favorite colors are red, yellow, and blue. After writing that, that means I have 3 details. What color did I mention? Red, yellow, and blue. That means my body, the bodies of my essay will have 3 parts. One paragraph will be for red, one paragraph will be for yellow, and the other paragraph will be for blue. Once I identify my thesis statement, I will then write a sentence for my conclusion. So I would just restate it. The color of the sky, the color of the sky, the brightness of the sun, and the calmness, the calmness which is indicated by the color of the sea are my favorite colors. These are red, yellow, and blue. Okay? So, ganun lang kadali. So, you have to brainstorm first, write an outline, identify the thesis statement so you can break down the bodies, start writing the topic sentences. After that, include details in the paragraph. And then at the end of the writing exercise, you are to proofread your work. What is proofread? Proofreading is checking for errors. What are the things that you should look out for? Spelling, punctuation marks, is the subject, the sequence of words, and then make sure that you do not include anything that is not mentioned in your thesis statement. So your thesis statement should include everything, should include things that you will write in your essay. Okay, so I want you to work on your MT4. As you listen to this video, go over your work again and make necessary changes if needed. Please advise me if you need to resubmit the essay that you have done earlier, so we can make arrangements for that, because there are others who have contacted me and they have realized that what they have submitted earlier is not the proper form of an essay. So they would like to resubmit work, and that can be done. You just have to communicate this with me. Okay? So let's try this mode. I'm trying to video this, and then so the others who have problems connectivity can just go back and then replay this video to help them write their essay. So this video will replace or will substitute the Zoom class that we are supposed to have today. Have a nice day, everyone.